Good morning, students. This is the second video of your chapter Definition of Economics. Yesterday we did the wealth definition given by Adam Smith. And in that definition, we studied that Adam Smith said wealth is the most important thing and every activity involves around wealth. We also studied about economic man who is only aware of his own self-interest. Okay, so today we are going to study welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall, and this definition has criticized the wealth definition. In wealth definition, they said that only and only wealth is important. But in welfare definition, they say that wealth is not an end itself, but it is only a means to the end, that is human welfare. As per the welfare definition, Alfred Marshall said that wealth is not an end itself. Wealth is not what is important, but what is important is human welfare. So, the last definition, Adam Smith gave secondary place to man, and the definition, welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall gives the primary and the most important place to human welfare and mankind. This definition is better than the wealth definition. Economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life, and it is concerned with the use of material requisites of well-being. So as per the welfare definition, what is important is there should be human welfare. Okay, wealth should be earned, but it should be spent so that a person can get human welfare. Wealth is not the end point. Our main motive is not wealth. Wealth is not an end by itself, but it is a way. To achieve human welfare. When we are going to spend the wealth so that we can achieve our well-being, we are happy, we are affectionate, in that case we are going to achieve human welfare. Features of welfare definition. In this we are going to study about the welfare definition better. And I told you, in every definition we are going to discuss the features and the criticism, the point of criticism or the negative points of the definition. Coming on to the features of welfare definition, the first one is study of mankind. I told you the last definition given by Adam Smith gave a secondary place to man. They were not interested in what human welfare means, but the primary emphasis of welfare definition is on study of mankind. Wealth should provide the means for existence and comfort. Marshall believed that wealth is not an end by itself, but only a means to human welfare. When I will spend the wealth so that I can achieve existence and comfort. Wealth is not just for accumulation. What will I do with so much wealth? Okay, wealth is of use when I am spending it to get comfort, well-being, luxury, what makes me happy. Okay, so wealth is not the end point. What will I do with so much wealth? But it is only a way to achieve the human welfare. Second point is study of ordinary business of life. An individual has several aspects like economic, social, religious, political, but in the definition we are studying the ordinary business of life, and the ordinary business of life is only concerned with the economic aspect of human life. Only income earning and income spending activities of mankind are studied. We ignore the social, religious and political aspect because we consider that they are non-economic. Social, religious and political cannot be measured in terms of money. We consider that only economic activities are the ordinary business of life, because the social, religious and political activities are non-economic in nature and they are not a part of economics. Okay, only the income spending and the income earning activities of mankind should be studied under economics. The third point is study of material welfare. Economic is not about total human welfare, but it is concerned with only material welfare. That is the part of human welfare related to wealth. When we spend the money or the wealth on some things and we get happiness, that happiness is called material welfare. So in economics, we are not studying about religious social activities that make me happy. No, I am only concerned with income spending and income earning. I am earning income and I am spending it on things that I can buy that can give me welfare. Are you understanding? I am only going to spend my wealth on the things, comfort, luxury, the things that make me happy, the material things that make me happy. So it is not about total human welfare. We are not thinking about the society here. We are just thinking about ourselves. How am I going to get happiness by buying something? So it is not about total human welfare. It is only human welfare related to wealth. The fourth point is exclusion of non-economic activities. Marshall has limited the scope of economics to the activities that can be measured in terms of money only. Okay, so he said that there are four kind of activities: economic, political, social, religious. Okay, Marshall said that non-economic activities will not be included in the definition of welfare. He said that political, social and religious activities do not, I repeat, political, social and religious activity do not have an economic aspect. They are non-economic in nature. They cannot be measured in terms of money. So we are excluding the non-economic activity and we will only study the economic activities that can be measured in terms of money. Okay, so as per that, we exclude the political, social and religious activities as they cannot be measured in terms of money. Coming to the criticisms of welfare definition, criticism is again negative point. Welfare definition was given by Alfred Marshall and there were some people who found that there are some negative points in welfare definition as well. So the economist pointed out those things. The first being, economics regarded as a social science and not a human science. Okay, as per the welfare definition, Marshall has considered economic to be a social science. Okay, and a social science only studies the people living in society or organized community. And the definition given by Marshall, is not a human science. The welfare definition is not a human science. So, human science studies every individual, even if the individual lives in isolation. Social science will only study the people living in organized communities. Whereas human science studies every individual, whether he lives in organized community or not, whether he lives in isolation. Then also the human science will study them. So welfare definition doesn't consider the activities of people living in isolation like the Himalayan saint or the Robinson Crusoe. This is the biggest criticism of welfare definition, that they are a social science and not a human science. The activities of individuals like Himalayan saint who lives in isolation. Robinson Crusoe is a poet who again lives in isolation, a jungle. So their activities are not studied under economics because the welfare definition is a social science. But the activities of an individual is also important. isolated individual activities should also be studied under economics. So this definition is not a good definition because they only study the people living in organized community and they don't study the activity of individuals who live in isolation or who are not a part of some community. Second point is impractical classification of activities. You remember we did a point regarding that religious, social, and political activities are non-economic in nature just 5 minutes back. We said that the distinction of religious, political, and social, all these activities come under non-economic because these cannot be measured in terms of money. Now, one economist said that the impractical classification of activities is there. Okay, the classification of activities as to what is economic and what is non-economic is illogical. Okay, what does it say? The distinction between economic and non-economic activities is illogical, unscientific. Why? The reason being, the social, religious, and political activities are said to be non-economic and they are not considered in economics, but these activities have economic aspect. Any kind of social activity you talk about, any kind of political rallies by the people during elections, whatever huge parties are there in India, when they do the elections in India, there is a lot of monetary thing involved, a lot of money is involved in such activities. So I cannot say that social, religious, and political activities are not economic. They have a money measurement concept, they have a economic aspect. So it is very illogical and unscientific to say that social, religious, and political activities are non-economic. Okay, a lot of money is involved in social and political activities. So there is an impractical classification of the activities. Restricted scope of economics. This is the third criticism of the welfare definition. Economics studies several activities which hardly promote economic welfare. We are studying here about the activities that are welfare, that carries welfare. So welfare definition of economics should only include such activities that promote welfare. But many goods like liquor, cigarettes, and guns, they do not promote any kind of economic welfare. Gun is not good for the welfare of people. Liquor and cigarettes, they are harmful for the health of people. They do not promote economic welfare at all. But because they involve a lot of monetary gain, money is earned through liquor, cigarettes, and guns. So they are studied in economics. So there is a restricted scope of economics according to the welfare definition. That's all for today, students. Thank you.